Tonight, a triple threat is looming over the presidential campaign. The rising tensions in the Middle East, a deadlocked port strike threatening to raise prices.
We're hearing from the folks regionally that they're having trouble getting the product they need because of the port strike.
And the devastating aftermath of Hurricane Helene.
There's a lot of work that's going to need to happen over the coming days, weeks, and months.
Late today, Vice President Harris visiting the storm zone in Battleground, Georgia, 2 days after former President Trump went there. Her trip coming after last night's debate, where J.D. Vance and Tim Walz remained civil while attacking each other's running mates.
Donald Trump put this all into motion. He brags about how great it was that he put the judges in and overturned Roe versus Wade.
You've simultaneously got to defend Kamala Harris's atrocious economic record, which has made gas, groceries, and housing unaffordable for American citizens.
Walz struggling when pressed about his past claim that he was visiting China during the 1989 Tiananmen Square crackdown, when in fact he did not arrive until months later.
I've not been perfect, and I'm a knucklehead at times. All I said on this was I got there that summer and misspoke on this, so I will just... That's what I've said. So I was in Hong Kong and China during the democracy protests went in. And from that, I learned a lot of what needed to be in governance.
While tonight, the Harris campaign is highlighting Vance's refusal to acknowledge Trump lost the 2020 election.
And I would just ask that, did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
President Biden's name was mentioned just 7 times last night. It comes after NBC News reported Biden has privately complained his name and accomplishments have virtually disappeared from the national conversation. Lester?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.